Hello and welcome. This is Asake Online. My name is Zenzele Ndebele, and the program is Surviving COVID, where we talk to survivors of COVID, people who have taken care of those who are aware of COVID, or people who have lost relatives. We know that a lot of people are going through a lot because of COVID, and we still encourage people to be extra careful. Where you can, please stay at home, but if you can't, please social distance, sanitize, and mask up, because this Delta variant is real, and for the last 2 years, it has been bad. A lot of people have lost relatives, and a lot of people have fallen sick. So today in our program, we'll be talking to Maqhawe Nyathi. He will be sharing his personal journey and his story when it comes to fighting COVID. Babunyat, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Zenzele. Thank you, Zenzele.
At what point did you think that now I have COVID, I need to go and test?
Well, it was last year, mid-October. I would say it was around the 15th, 16th of October, or later than that. It was the 20th actually of October. So I work a distance from home. I come home on Fridays and sometimes on Saturdays, over the weekends, of course. So I had gone home, which is quite a distance, about 300 kilometers from my work place. So on a Friday, I couldn't feel anything. I was fine. And then on Monday morning, I normally drive on Monday mornings back to work. So as I drove back to work, I felt fluish, that feeling of flu. Then I thought, no, it's just flu. It's nothing really. It's nothing that calls for any attention. But what I normally do in the morning, I run, and when I get to work, it's a 16-meter floor high up there. So I usually use steps. I don't use elevators. So as I ran up the steps, I felt like I'm losing air. I cannot sustain my pace anymore. So when I got up there, as always, I went to the office and sat down. So as I sat down, I felt like I'm sinking, and there's something really abnormal. I went outside and tried to look for air. You see, when you're looking for air and you can't get enough air, enough oxygen. So it took me about 10 minutes or so to recover, and I could breathe properly. So I went into the office, and one of my colleagues says, "You don't look okay." Those who know me would know when I'm okay and when I'm not. And I was sneezing. I said, maybe I'm catching flu. So it was on a Monday. I was sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. Then I said, no, let me go and isolate in case this is COVID. So that's when I suspected that this could be COVID. So I went back home, back to the hotel, and isolated myself. I was suspecting myself at that time.
So at what point then do you go and test it to actually confirm that it's actually COVID?
On Monday, on that Monday, I had a running stomach that lasted for almost the whole of Monday. And then, I had these fluish symptoms. And then on Tuesday morning, I went straight to the doctor. Unfortunately, the doctor says, no, there is a bug. It seems there is a bug. People are coming here with running stomachs. And then he gave me something to stop the diarrhea, which stopped, of course. But the flu symptoms could not stop. It was on a Tuesday. And the strange thing is I was getting this feverish that would come occasionally, feel hot and feel cold, feel hot and feel cold. On Tuesday, during the day, I was okay. I couldn't feel much of pain or any of that fever. It would come at night on Tuesday night. And then on Wednesday, I made a call to my family back home, and I said, no, man, I'm not feeling okay. So since Tuesday and Wednesday, I didn't go to work. And then only on Thursday that I could see that, no, this is not me. I'm not a sick person, but this is not right. there's something here. And then, no, I couldn't wake up in the morning. I couldn't wake up. I completely isolated myself, locked the doors, and even sent a message to the housekeeping staff that no, don't come close today until I confirm what is happening to me. Well, I've got a very caring family. They were very, very concerned. And then my brother, my younger brother, he had to come down. It's a 300-kilometer drive. He had to come down. He said, no, you can't be alone there. I said, no, this could be COVID, so you can't really come close to me. I don't know what I must say. Maybe he was arrogant. He drove through, he came, and he picked me up. We drove. Well, what I must say is the doctor had said, if you feel any pain, take painkillers. And I took the strongest painkiller. So as we drove home, halfway, I was in a meeting, a virtual meeting, and half the distance, which is about 200 kilometers, I was fine. But after that 200 kilometers, the last 200 kilometers, I really do not know what happened. I was gone. I don't know who I was, but I tried to be strong for him, for my brother who was driving me. And he drove me all the way. I don't know how I got into the room, to the bedroom where when I got home and isolated at home. The following morning, early morning, then I had to go and test. And then when I got there, I got tested in the morning and got the results the following day that confirmed that indeed I am positive.
So at that point, when you then get the results that you're positive, I mean, what's in your mind? How do you feel? Are you scared? Are you okay? Or you've accepted it already?
To be honest, Zenzele, I was scared. I was really scared. I've got a very strong support system. So I sent a message to my friends that, guys, I've tested positive. I sent a message to my colleagues. It's also, there's a work procedure as well, that when you have tested positive, you send a message to the relevant authorities at work, and then they start the process of contact tracing and all that stuff. So, but one word that they gave me is that, no, you'll beat this, don't even worry about it. You'll beat it. And I'm really thankful to my brother. He was right next to me. I'm thankful to my wife. She was there all the time. She sent a message to work that, no, I'm a close contact. I won't be coming to work. And my kids as well, my two kids, they couldn't go, though I was isolated at that time. And then personally, I was scared, you know, to a point whereby I started exiting groups on WhatsApp. No, I really do not want anything to disturb me at this point. I don't know what's going to happen to me. So I had to exit groups and tell people that, no, I'm not feeling okay.
Yeah, you know,
it was just a positive. It was a positive result. I wasn't feeling really bad, especially when I got home and got all the comfort and care that I think I needed at that time.
Almost everyone, or everyone, I think, that I've talked to, you have actually mentioning the issue of exiting groups, you know, because you just want to be on your own. And someone has actually said, I started deleting, you know, certain numbers and messages on my phone because you are preparing yourself in case anything happens. You know, yes. I don't want people to be posting stuff on my phone. And social media is not actually the best friend when you're recovering from COVID.
True, Zenzele. Yeah, you really get to a point of looking, okay, who are the necessary connections? Who are the people that I need? You know, we've got a social group, social media groups, so many of them. Some it's people who will be posting jokes about COVID, and you are lying there, you're positive. You don't know what will happen. You don't know what will happen in the next hour, because what was happening to me is that I'll be looking okay. In an hour or so, things change, and I'm shaking, so much fever, I'm shaking and sweating at the same time. You would wonder that this is the person that I saw 2 minutes ago. And in the next minute, it's a different story. And you look at your phone, you see all these things, you say, no. Then I exited most of social media, the social stuff, and left the support staff, people that I knew that they would really support me. Those are the groups that I left. And
So
they really did.
when you recover, did you go back to some of these groups?
Yeah, okay. The admins, the bosses of the group would come in your inbox. You are exiting the group. What's happening? And then you tell them the story that no, I'm not okay. Then they say no. Then they start really getting serious and telling all the other people. But when everything is done, then you see yourself. When you say no, I've fully recovered, then they'll send you, they'll add you back to the groups. But I'm also thankful to my doctor, our family doctor as well, Dr. Kekan. She really did a very good job. I didn't go to her physically. So when I got tested, I sent her the results. I've tested positive, and she said, no, I know you'll beat this. And she emailed me a prescription, which my wife printed and bought the medication. Then from there, I was taking the vitamin C's, this and that, the all those things, the coffee mixtures and all that. Day 8 thereabout was not easy. It wasn't easy because that's when I started feeling pain, chest pains, and my chest was blocking and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe at that time, but the doctor said, no, continue taking the medication. It will pass. It's another phase of this COVID. Actually, it's coming to an end very soon. So, and then my brother, the other brother, said, no, what you need to do now at this stage, steam with water, get an electric pan and fill it up with water, steam with water, and add drops of eucalyptus oil. So when I started that, at first I felt like this thing is gonna kill me. And then they forced me in. You know how we steam at home.
Yeah.
Forced me in there, and I felt like, no, this thing is killing me. But that was a turnaround. So in a day or two, day 10, no, I felt myself coming back again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite, COVID is just something else, because in 10 days, you would have gone through so much, you'd have taken so much medication. I think this is the only disease that I know where you can take up to 10 different medications a day. Vitamin C, zinc, cough mixture, and all these kind of things. But how did that experience change your life?
That experience, COVID takes you to a near-death experience. You would honestly come to a point where you think, when COVID started, we all thought it's a hoax, it's a scam. There's no COVID until you get it, and it takes you to a near-death experience. And from COVID, after COVID, you start valuing life. You add value to life. You understand a human being. You understand the importance of life. When someone says, I'm not feeling well, you know what it means. You do everything necessary to take care of that person. So what COVID taught me, it taught me that I've got a family. That's when I got to understand that, yeah, I do have a family, and out there are people who are going through experiences without so much support that I got. It taught me that I've got colleagues. My boss, Chris, he was there all the time, and he even told his family, his wife, that no, one of my guys is not feeling well. And his wife, I remember his wife calling me. She's a healthcare worker, and she gave me all the support. She was asking, did the doctor give you this? Did the doctor give you that? And I confirmed, yes, I've got this and that. And please take those things, you'll be fine. And I think the support that I got, and also the medication that I got and all that, it really opened up my mind, and it really showed me that life it's very valuable, and we need to take care of each other, and we need to reduce the misinformation that is out there. And also it showed me that COVID can affect or infect anyone. You know, the area where I work, it's very hot. It's the hottest part of the country. It's very hot, and there was that mindset that COVID doesn't exist in hot areas. It's not true. It's completely not true. So when it caught me, and I was out there in the hottest part of the country, and in October for that matter, I got to see that we really need to dispel all these hoaxes and scams and myths about COVID that are going around. COVID can affect anyone.
You know, last year vaccinations were not that much. I think most of the vaccines were discovered around December coming to this year. Have you vaccinated yourself?
Not yet, Zenzele. As you know, the country just opened. I think it's a few weeks now for our age group. So yes, I'm on the queue for vaccination. Which could happen maybe this week or in the next coming week. What really encouraged me, this vaccination is a new thing to us. There's a lot of questions, and again, there's a lot of information that is going around. You know, my folks, my parents, my father and my mother, they are in their 80s. They are very old people. My mother is 78, and my father is 82. They live in Maqhawe, the old suburb of Old Maqhawe. And I was talking to them even yesterday. How is the vaccine treating you? They said, we vaccinated, we got the first jab, and we are fine. And on Thursday, just last week Thursday, we got the second jab, and we are doing just fine. So that's when I saw that, no, this thing is there's nothing wrong with the vaccine. Let's take it. A number of my colleagues and my friends have gone through it. And so far, no one has complained of any major issue. So yes, I am taking the jab.
Yeah. Lastly, what would you say to someone who probably is still battling COVID, and they're really fighting it now? What would be your words of encouragement?
There's life after COVID. COVID, in as much as it's a very painful experience, but there's life after COVID. I saw a friend of mine, Mr. Ndauzo. He was just a few weeks ago. He went through exactly what I went through. It wasn't an easy experience, but one thing that I told him is that you will go through this, and there's life. I've got a couple of friends. A friend of mine, he had his wife who even went to hospital, and when she got to hospital, there was no bed. For 4 days without a bed, sitting on a bench outside and waiting for a bed. Fortunately, they managed to get oxygen, and she had oxygen to sustain herself. And she only got a bed on day 4. But she went through it. Some would say, if you go to hospital, you won't come back. But she's back now, and she's fine. Everything is okay. And also currently, as we speak, I've got a friend of mine, Patrick Disego. He's also going through COVID. He got tested over this, on Monday. Was it on Monday? Yeah, I think on Monday. And the results came back positive. The following day, his wife went for testing as well, and the results were positive, and they are going through it. And the thing is, they've vaccinated already, both of them. And he's saying it could have been worse if it wasn't for the vaccination. That's his testimony. So he's recovering, and I know very well in the next coming days he'll be fine. So whoever is going through COVID, let's support each other as people. This COVID is teaching us one thing. If there's something that you can do for someone who is going through a COVID experience, whether they lost a loved one or they are sick of COVID, down of COVID, or they've got a relative or a friend who's down with COVID. If there's something that you can do for that person, please reach out to them and give them what they need right now is your support. So yes, let's be there for each other.
Thank you very much, Maqhawe Nyathi, for sharing with us your experience, because I know a lot of people have gone through this, and it's not easy for people to actually come out and say, this was my experience, because sometimes of the stigma, associated with COVID. So, but I find that these programs actually assist people who might be denying. Some people actually deny that they have COVID and they don't want to go and test. I have friends that, you really tell that you have all the symptoms of COVID. And the flu, I know people always find the reason why they think that it's not COVID. So thank you very much for sharing your experience, and I hope this will benefit a lot of other people. My name is Zenzele Ndebele. Until we meet again in other programs, have a good day.